The stage is set in the host countries of Australia and New Zealand, with the U.S. women's national team once again the favorites to win it all. Joining us to preview the Cup and its local and global impact is former college D1 player and Rush soccer coach Andy Quint. Andy, good morning.
Good morning.
So I want to get into your story and share that with the viewers in just a bit, but first, can you tell us just how special is a World Cup?
Well, since it happens only once every 4 years, and this being the 9th in total, this is a huge deal. Seeing as how Title I passed in 1971, and the first Women's World Cup wasn't until 1991. Every year, our attendance grows, the viewership grows. We've got an estimated 1.12 billion people supposed to view in this year, so this is a huge, huge deal.
Amazing global impact, and the impact continues to grow and be felt here in the United States. Talk to us a little bit about your soccer journey, starting with your time as a player.
Well, it's funny, I'm from a small town in Ohio, and back then I sat down with my guidance counselor. I'm originally from Troy, Ohio, and he said, "Hey, I noticed you haven't applied to any in-state schools." And so at that time, he told me that I was going to go nowhere. And I had this attitude of, you can't tell me what to do, I'll show you. And I worked hard. I played on 3 different teams. I did ODP, and eventually I ended up playing for Clemson. I didn't realize actually until just a few days ago, when going through things for this interview, that there's nobody from Dayton, Ohio that plays. You've got the big cities in Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus. So all this to say, don't ever let anybody put you in your place.
Nice.
If you have a goal, you go out, you accomplish it, and work hard for it.
I love that. And along those lines, talk to me about the impact in your life on watching this amazing U.S. women's national team.
Well, it really wasn't until 1996 when the Dream Team won the Olympics. I graduated high school in 1997, so what people don't understand sometimes is that being a professional women's player through my youth and trying to play hard, that wasn't a thing. That didn't exist. So now you can see women playing in multiple leagues in Europe. You can see them playing in the World Cup. You can see them playing in college, and you now know it's possible. You can do that.
You mentioned 1997. Let's jump ahead 2 years to arguably the biggest moment in American soccer. Chastain will take Brandi Chastain's game-winning penalty kick to win the World Cup in 1999. Do you remember that moment? What can you tell me about that?
Yes, I was sitting on my couch with my friends, and we all have that image in our heads of she rips off her shirt and she's cheering and everything. But I think for me, that's when I knew that I could do whatever I wanted. I had always wanted to play pro. I knew right then and there, if I really wanted it bad enough, I had that future.
Great moment there. So now you're at a different stage of life where the emphasis is not on being a player, it's the focus on being a coach. The loaded question is, it takes a while to answer this, but what is it like to work with these girls and raise them in the current youth sports climate that we live in?
Well, for starters, they do have to deal with a lot of the same things that I had to deal with through my career. The images, their body images, confidence levels, but we do have people to support them. However, I think what's exciting for this country, since soccer is new here, we don't sit down with our parents who are players and our grandparents who are players. I have the ability to teach them everything I know, go back, learn more. The game is constantly evolving, and then when they turn around and they coach, then they're going to be able to do the exact same thing. And that's what's exciting about creating the culture of soccer here in the United States.
Right, because it's not just a full circle cycle, it's a cycle that includes future growth and change as it evolves. Very cool stuff. And now the U.S. women have won 4 World Cup titles. What do you think the experience is going to be like for your players and you, coach, to watch these amazing ladies take the field?
Well, for starters, I think we're all cheering for the United States to be the first team ever to win 3 championships.
Right.
They have won 4 of the 8. But more importantly, seeing them play on TV, knowing that they exist, being able to attend games, that is what creates the passion for the game. And the conversations that we have at home when we're sitting around the TV and we are watching, or you're sitting with your teammates. I know, like, we always get together as a team and cheer our favorite team on. I just think it's really going to be a really great thing.
That all grows the love, right? Those moments that you remember with your teammates. Great stuff. We can't wait for the games. There it is, the 2023 Women's World Cup roster. They kick off Friday night right here on Fox 10. Andy will be back with us Friday morning on Studio 10 to preview this year's team as it's USA versus the world. Andy, thanks so much.
Thank you. Well, good.